All right, guys, welcome back. So NVDA is about to announce new chip next week, and this is a big week for AI stocks in general. So let's have a look what I'm watching for NVDA going forward from now on. Today, March 15th, a lot of options expired worthless. So if we just straight jump into the option expiration, I would like to show you guys this chart where we talked about in the beginning of the week after Monday open that if NVDA does nothing and options Opex, the title of my video was Opex Shenanigans. So if you just take a look at this price action, we closed exactly where we were trading on Monday. And if we take a look at this chart right here, which is maximum pain, of course it did not close at 735, but look at the notional value that expired today on in general on calls and puts. So right hand side blue columns are all call volume, call open interest, and this red side is right hand side is all the puts. And you can see billions of dollars worth of options expired today, and next week is a big event. And a lot of people think that it is going to go much higher after that event. But on the other hand side, me as a trader who has seen many of these announcements, that I think that this is the sell the news event, since this event has been scheduled way ahead of time and stock had enough time to run up to in anticipation of that event. And you can see year to date stock is almost a lot more higher, and there's no reason for this name, no matter what kind of product they announce next week, to push another 300-400 points. But very possible that it can break out of this flag pattern, which I'm watching, which could end up being a bullish pattern ultra short term. So I'm watching this downtrend right here on a daily and sort of a flag pattern where if it does break out, there is a possibility of testing this all-time high, and there's possibility of breaking out this level and finally hitting that $1,000 level. But this is for the bullish case. But it can also break down and come back down to test its 50-day moving average, which is again, it's my opinion and what I'm watching in terms of downside levels. So upside, you guys know, well, this trend line, it has to break. Ideally, it has to be trading above 900 and shouldn't be coming right back down below 870 ultra short term. That's my support right here right now, which is basically where it's hovering around. And then we have a support somewhere around here, slightly 840, and we have a gap here all the way from 820 to this 840. That would be my another level of support, 770, 750, and ideally I'm watching the stock in the next month or so to come down, test its 50-day moving average, and it can very well happen for the rest of the month as well. We do have FOMC meeting coming up 22nd of March as well. So there's a lot of events, there's a lot going to be happening next week, but this week the biggest event was option expiration, and it did happen. I'm watching for April 19th. I was watching a lot of options came into Nvidia's volume. If we just take a look at the stats for today, 1.1 million options traded so far, I mean at least today, calls, and 777,000 puts were traded, and implied volatility for Nvidia's options IV going into next week is very high, still high, and market is implying that it can move anywhere plus minus $81 going into next week, March 22nd. So looking at a lot of the volume that came in today, I can say that a lot of people anticipating short-term upside, and a lot of people buying short-term calls. I'm not seeing any long-dated calls as of today. Maybe there are some that I missed, but for the most part, people are just buying a lot of short-term puts into April as well. And I was going through the April option expiration as well, and you can see for April as well, it has a lot of puts that are open interest, and there are a lot of calls, and not as much billions in terms of notional value that just expired today, but still decent size volume, and maximum pain for that month is $685 levels. Will it close at that level into April? We shall see. April is historically very bullish month, and if you take a look at it, like the seasonality wise, I mean, April also a lot of companies report earnings. I don't know when Nvidia has scheduled its earnings, but I do think that if it does pull back before they report earnings, their Q1 earnings, which everybody will be waiting for, I can see the stock possibly testing its 50-day moving average. So it looks like Nvidia doesn't report till May 20th, May 22nd. So there's a lot of time for the stock to digest, move around. And again, I'm not sure about the ultra short term like run up, but for me, this event is 100% sell the news, and I will be personally watching in terms of risk reward this stock. No matter what it does, I'll be watching to the downside. So that's, again, not a financial advice. This is purely for educational entertainment purposes only. See you in the next update.